Hey everyone, Dan and Leslie back for another Disney dining review.
So this is a little different. We are going to review the restaurants that we got to eat at whenever we were on the Disney Wish this past summer.
We have been on the Disney Wish twice now this summer since it had its inaugural sailing, and we have had some fabulous meals. We have had some not so great meals on the Disney Wish. Specifically, we are reviewing, just like we've done in our Disney World dining reviews up to this point, we're going to review the table service meals, not the specialty fancy meals. But we're gonna talk a little bit about how those meals work, what the rotational dining is like, what those three restaurants are on the Disney Wish, and then also our thoughts. We're not gonna do a traditional like star rating system because everybody eats at these restaurants anyway, so it's not like you're choosing.
If you wanna plan a Disney vacation, please reach out to us. We would absolutely love to help. You can find us over at fantasticalvacations.com.
And I'm just gonna throw this out there. We just today made a deposit on our 20th anniversary vow renewal as part of a Disney Cruise Line cruise to Alaska. That's a lot of words. So we are doing this next year is our 20th wedding anniversary, and we are gonna do a vow renewal on the Disney Wonder in Alaska next summer. And we're gonna take you guys with us. If you want to just subscribe to this channel. Also, if you wanna hear all the behind the scenes of what happens in planning that, we have a Patreon page.
Yes, so you can find that over at patreon.com/addictedtothemouse. Let's first talk about what rotational dining is, because that's kind of a bizarre concept sometimes when people have cruised other cruise lines and they come into a Disney cruise line. So when you go on a Disney ship, there are three main restaurants that's your main dining that you're scheduled for.
Yeah, these three restaurants are themed around different things. And so the three restaurants on the Disney Wish, Disney's newest cruise line, is gonna be 1923, which is themed around Walt and, started the company, Walt Disney Company in 1923. They're about to have their 20th anniversary. 100th anniversary. I'm locked on 20th anniversaries right now. Then Arendelle, which is themed around Frozen and actually has a show that goes along with it. And then the Marvel restaurant, which is obviously themed around Marvel characters like Ant-Man, Iron Man, all these. The rotational dining concept is that everybody on the ship rotates between these three restaurants. We highly recommend a 4-night cruise on the Disney Wish because not only do you get all three restaurants in their normal state, you get your pirate night with a special pirate night menu in one of those three restaurants, but it's a special menu.
There's typically not fireworks at sea or pirate nights on the 3-night sailings, but they have thrown them in here and there just recently, so but it's definitely not a guarantee.
Right.
All right, so let's talk about these restaurants specifically on the Wish because there was a lot of hype around them. There was a lot of excitement, and we got to experience them twice. So I feel like we kind of have a better idea and a sense of what we liked, what worked well, maybe what could use a little improvement.
So we're going to start with 1923. They have a different crafted butter for every single restaurant here. And it's really actually pretty good. The bread is very well done and the butter is lovely. I got 3 appetizers. It's a little bit
Excessive.
Whatever. I got the burrata, I got the tuna, and I got the corn chowder. Oh my God.
I don't know what it's called, I forgot.
That's a filet.
Filet mignon.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. So, I've got some lamb here. I have got a filet mignon.
I just tried my first bite of the pasta.
Pasta, yes.
And I feel like I had that moment like Remy had, right? Where all the fireworks go off and it's like all the goodness comes together.
It's great. It is amazing. This place has been absolutely amazing. I have loved it. Again, this is a fabulous restaurant. And I'm just gonna throw it out there, this was our favorite.
Ironically, this was the one I was least looking forward to. So, because it didn't have a show element or anything involved with it, but when you just walk in, so there's two sides of 1923. There's a Walt Disney side and there's a Roy Disney side. And when you walk in, there are all of these, like the walls almost are made up of clear glass shelves that have all kinds of animation things on them. They have props from movies. They've got just all kinds of cool memorabilia for the Walt Disney Company spread throughout the entire restaurant. And they'll have sections of like, here's all the Frozen stuff and here's all the Little Mermaid stuff. And it was just beautiful.
The ambiance was spectacular. You feel like you're in like a high-end steakhouse, and they do have steaks there. It's great. We're not gonna touch that much on service because part of the rotational dining is that not only do you rotate between the 3 restaurants, but your servers rotate with you. So whatever the service team is you have on day 1, that's gonna be the same service team at every single one of those meals.
They learn your family, they learn the things you want, especially if you have kids that still need help cutting up their food. They will go ahead and cut up their food for you so that you are not having to spend your dinner time doing that.
Each one of these restaurants does have specialty drinks that you can order. For us, of the 3, I think the most well-themed specialty drinks were in Arendelle, the Frozen themed restaurant. Let's talk about food, shall we?
Yes, so at 1923, we tried a lot here. So if you aren't familiar with cruise dining, you can order as much as you want. So we are firm believers in that. We definitely tried, I think each of us ordered 2 appetizers, 2 entrees, and 2 desserts. They're smaller plates, and so it allows you to get to try different things. This is a great opportunity for picky eaters. If you're like our little one who is a little unsure of things, we're like, hey, order it, try it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. So
highly suggest the steak option, whatever they have on your sailing. I really love the lamb chops here.
The thing that I really liked was the pasta. So they had this tanglione. It had like mushrooms and this nice kind of light cream sauce. It was really fantastic. Oh, and another really great perk of this restaurant is that you can actually see outside. So Marvel and Arendelle, the windows are closed off, so you can't see outside because it would ruin the show. But at 1923, you do have the big circle port windows that you can, you know, if you're lucky enough to be sitting by them, you get to watch the ocean go by.
Last thing on 1923, you can get breakfast here every morning. And that is just like you show up, you get seated, you dine any time in the window that they give you. Moving on, let's go to Arendelle.
Okay, so Arendelle, the show is phenomenal. Those actors do such a great job, and it really adds to the whole element of the restaurant. Now, with that said, where you're sat can really make a difference on how engaged and how good the show ends up being.
Olaf just walked in.
Thank you. It's not every day my sister gets engaged.
And you all look a little bit older.
Can you guess what this drink is called?
What is it called?
Check the name of our channel. Because that's what it's called. It's called Worth Melting For.
Oh, it's very good.
Look at this thing. As big as my head. I want it. Oh my gosh. So we actually got 2 appetizers. I got that. I also got the like charcuterie thing.
Oh.
I know, I'm very excited about that.
Oh man,
Oh heck yes.
my chilled pastry, or my chilled asparagus is so good.
Got some sort of tart thing. Pretty good.
The pizza looks like if I picked it up, everything would fall off.
Why? But I've always loved the idea of parties and cake and all things engaged.
Come on, my friend.
Yeah.
I have some of your
You can order your own.
Doing so well. I'm having so much fun. I'm just so happy that everyone could be here to celebrate my sister and cousin.
The party is wonderful.
Thank Thank you, and it's not over yet. There's more to come.
I got a prime rib, which looks amazing, but I also got a sea bass with a scallop.
I got the vegetarian dish. It is the Queen Iduna's potato lips.
Good.
This is amazing.
Incidentally, the sea bass is just as good. Comes with a scallop on top. Phenomenal. So that was a fantastic meal, and I really didn't expect the food to be great because I knew the performers would be great, and with all you can eat, basically, like you can order as many entrees and appetizers as you want. It was great.
Everything was great. I'm not disappointed in a single thing.
The first time we went to Arendelle on the first sailing, we were set pretty close to the stage. It was just off center stage, 1 row away in those row tables, and so we could see pretty well. The second time we went to Arendelle, it was not only the farthest seating away from the stage that you could possibly get, but they set us last, and which means that you get served last, which means we're the last ones in the restaurant, and they started cleaning the restaurant while we were still eating. And so our second experience was not nearly as good as our first experience, so your mileage may vary as far as Arendelle goes, but the show, you're right, is fantastic. Some of the food items were great. The standout appetizer to me was the scallops. It came in this bowl with this puff pastry with like a tomato cream, almost like a creamy tomato soup that they were cooked in. It was so, so good. And then my favorite entree was the prime rib, which was listed as a ribeye, but it was cooked like a prime rib. It was like baked like a prime rib.
So I really liked, there was a white and green asparagus as an appetizer, and then there was also a cheese and rosemary ham tart that I think Aiden got that I really, really enjoyed. So those were a couple of appetizer options. They also had, for the entree, a really well done sea bass.
What was the drink that you got? That frozen fractals
the
thing?
frozen fractals, yeah. It was really tasty. It came out blue with like some sparkles in it, so it was definitely frozen fractally and lovely.
Highlight of 1923 was the food and then just the up-class atmosphere. Highlight of Arendelle was mainly the show, with the food kind of in the second place. Last is Marvel, unfortunately. This was the one that we were most excited for, but it was the least impressive.
What do you guys think?
I'm so excited. Thank you. That's what I've been waiting for.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
They brought out a red, white, and blue bread basket. So like this is a red roll. I ordered 4 appetizers and 2 entrees. Everything looked so good, and that was showing restraint, to be honest with you. Leslie here ordered 3 appetizers and 2 entrees. So
before we start, let me address the elephant in the room.
These are quantum cores, cutting-edge technology that for the first time allows us to specifically target our PIM particles to shrink.
3, 2, 1, activate!
I already cheered. Yay! Oh my gosh. That is like huge.
That's like bigger than my ear.
It's kind of whatever. I'm not a huge fan of the pasta.
Pasta part's not like super impressive. Like it's not anything like to write home about, but the scallops are very well done. Gnocchi. Nope.
all right, so that's it. It was a fun show. Food was and
But Ant-Man and Wasp came out, so that made my whole night.
that's true. I mean, we got to see Ant-Man and the Wasp walk through like a big human-sized donut and a big Mickey bar.
Ice cream bar.
Oh, there they are, right there.
We're actually in this restaurant 3 different times,
Yeah.
and I was not impressed any of the times. The show tried too hard. I expected more from the show than they actually did, and then the food felt rushed and not cooked well.
And the timing was off. So in the show, it's on screens. At one point, somebody says, I think it's Captain America says something like, these people want to enjoy their dessert. And I'm like, haven't even gotten my main entree yet. That happened one time. And then the other time that we went, when he said that line, like dessert was way over, like we were ready to leave, but the show had not. It was just the timing. They still need to work out some kinks. And I didn't feel like it was quite as interactive as I would have liked it to be.
All that to say, like the food wasn't horrible in the Marble, but we were the most disappointed in Marble. So if you had to rank them, I would definitely say 1923, top of the list, food, atmosphere, the service was great. That was the best. Arendelle was one under that because the show is fabulous when you could see it. So depending on where you sat, you're gonna have a better experience than others, but the food was just a step below 1923, still very, very good. Marble, I think, fell short on both the show and the food. Hopefully they get the kinks worked out with that. I think a lot of that was just because we were on 2 of the earlier sailings. Hopefully they're worked out by now. But all in all, like all 3 restaurants, very, very good.
Yeah, very solid and very just the options that they give you, the allergy-friendly options, the vegetarian options, lighter options. There's all kinds of ways that you can sail and find something that you like.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We wanted to bring a report or a dining review on the 3 Disney Wish restaurants before it got so far away from when we sailed that we actually didn't remember any of it. We will be back next week with a regular Disney World table service dining review, so look forward to that.
So if you're enjoying these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.
And we will see you on the next video.